Sorry about that. I got a text. So I had to what? I had to shut the camera off. But I'm right. So I'll babble on for another like 10 minutes, and then for the remaining 20 minutes, I'll read 4 pages of Lord of the Rings as promised. So you Lord of the Rings fans gotta bear with me. You might hear some noise. Says you gotta bear with me as what? I'm doing my very best to finish all but one, which I will. I'll finish by the time I make the announcement. I'll finish. I won't make the final announcement until I finish book one. And by the end of the month, I should finish book one. Because I only have 4 chapters left. I have chapter 9, 10, 11, 12, and I'm done book one. It takes me usually a good 2 parts to finish, 2 days to finish one chapter around there. Because most chapters in Lord of the Rings on average like 10, 11, 12 pages. So in 2 days, 3 days, I can finish one chapter. Hence what? End of the month, I'll finish book one. So you gotta bear with me. It's funny because today when I made this video, I was fucking tired. I felt very lazy and fatigued, and I managed to pull it off and talk for almost 2 hours, which is good obviously as you guys get to you guys get to hear me speak for a good 2 hours obviously, which is nice obviously. As I know you guys love it when you watch my videos, it's like watching a television show because I'm an amazing speaker obviously. After I make this video, I will take a nice shower. Even though I'm feeling a little lazy and tired, and I'll go to the store and get beer and smokes. And I'll order my shawarma. Obviously, order my nice shawarma. Obviously. But yeah, man, I'm gonna keep saying this. You guys already know how top notch of a 100 whatever they call it own. You're looking at something high tech. Tony Stark's house that you saw in the movie. You know how that house was high tech, high top notch. Well, I'm gonna own a 100 million roof that call on the same level as that, man. Something top high end, top notch, on top of the roof too. It's one thing to own a $100 million condo. It's another thing to own a $100 million roof that condo on top of the roof, which is very, very rare and very unheard of. Very, very rare, very unheard of. We're looking at something top notch. On top of the roof, overlooking all of Vancouver. I want my condo to be downtown, man. I'm gonna tell them, hey man, can you find me a building downtown? As I want my condo downtown. I want to have a nice view of all of downtown. I don't. If it's not downtown, I don't mind, obviously, but I prefer. I want to have a high view of the whole city. That's why I want my condo built downtown Vancouver, which is nice. You get a nice whole view of the entire city, which is fucking cool, obviously. Built on top of the roof, you get a nice view of the entire city. That's why VJ made that Instagram picture with her friend Madison, her so-called friend Madison, right? She works for her. I believe she's her clothing designer. VJ did that shoot where she wore green pants and a black shirt. She did that shoot because she knows what? She knows in the future, in the future, me and Ivan are going to own our 100 million roof condo. That's why VJ did that Instagram picture on top of the roof in New York. It's a symbolism of me and her owning that roof condo, man. Yeah, man. It's not a coincidence that she did that shoot on top of a roof, man. The shoot that she did was right on top of the roof. She had that beautiful view of New York. It's a symbolism of me and wife owning a top-notch roof condo on top of the roof. And she looks to be top-notch. Obviously. Right. So not only was that picture with a guy in a red robe, wearing this robe and a costume with a beard, the symbolism of me and Zans for the red carpet, obviously. That Instagram picture that VJ did on top of the roof when she wore her green pants and black shirt back in 2017. You guys know what I'm talking about. You can see I have the keys. That is a symbolism of me owning that $100 million roof condo. As VJ knows in the future, I'm going to own that $100 million roof condo, obviously. And you're looking at something super, super high tech and super top notch. Obviously, you see what I'm saying? Look at something very, very high tech. Hence why those actors are all lucky because they all get to party up my Ruta Kano. They get to experience my luxury jet, my luxury yacht, my luxury office. You know what I'm saying? I told you there's a high chance my office will not be built downtown. There's a good chance it'll be built outside downtown because I have to find land on something. It's hard to find land downtown. But even if it's not downtown, it's still cool as you all the actors are gonna and the crewmen are gonna get to experience my luxury office. Let's see. I'm gonna do my takeouts on Boston Pizza. Boston Pizza has amazing food, man. They have amazing pizza, burgers. It's a good bar restaurant in Canada. Obviously, it's a popular brand company in Canada. It's a good bar restaurant. They have a lot of good food, obviously. A lot of very good food. Yeah. I don't know. For Last of Us, I'll do my takeouts at Boston Pizza. For the Greatest Hit movie, I'll probably choose a different. I might go to a different restaurant because I'm not going to go to the same bar restaurant all the time. I'll go to Boston Pizza for Last of Us. For the Greatest Hit movie, I'll book another restaurant, another bar restaurant. Because I'm sure there's a lot of other good bar restaurants in Vancouver. Some top notch bar restaurants in Vancouver. I'll book those. And I'll be doing the takeouts with the actors and crewmen, obviously. So Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, Ben Affleck, them are chosen. I'm going to be doing the takeouts with them too. Which is it's nice to go out to a nice dinner after you sign a nice contract, man. You sign a contract, I take you out to a nice bar restaurant. Everyone has a beer. I'm not going to serve them a lot of beer because I want them getting drunk on my condo, obviously. So Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, Ben Affleck, them are chosen my great scene movie. After they sign a contract, I will take them out. The limo driver will take me, 17, and all of them to a nice bar restaurant. I'm not a fan of fancy restaurants, no. Take them to a nice bar restaurant. We can sit on the patio if it's summertime. Eat in the restaurant. I can order a couple pitchers for everyone. I don't want them getting drunk, but have everyone have like a glass of beer, whatever it is. Or they can order whatever food they want. Pick one meal here that you want. Everyone eats their lunch. Everyone has a good time. We chill there for 2 hours. Pictures will be trying online, obviously. And after that, we go to my condo. We party it up for a couple hours. For a good 5 hours, we party it up. But whenever I party at my condo, I'll be getting strong drink, like vodka, Captain Morgan, rum, whiskey. I'll be getting that stuff because it takes a long time to get drunk with beer. Hence why, if you want them to get drunk, you need to purchase what the strong drink, obviously liquor. You need to purchase liquor, obviously, like Captain Morgan, whiskey, vodka, rum, that stuff. You purchase that what liquor. That way the actors get drunk, obviously. And once they're drunk, when they go down, when the party's over, a limo driver will await them. Will await them and will take them to my jet, and they can sleep it off in the jet. If they're tired, which they most likely will be, there's a good chance they're going to sleep it off in the jet. Obviously, they're going to go in the jet and they're going to sleep it off. See what I'm saying here? They're going to go in the jet and they're going to sleep it off. That's what they're going to do. Hence why Scotches will be the best brand in entertainment business. And hence why all these actors chosen are all going to really, really bang their asses off. Scotches is the top one. These actors had a blast. They were saved. They know what it feels like to experience that crazy fame. With Ivan and Luigi, it looks really fucking crazy, man. Especially the actors Zanes. They're the luckiest, man. They're the lucky ones who are going to get to experience the international fame with Ivan and Vijay. Because you're looking at something fucking crazy for the fame, man. You're looking at crazy, crazy fucking fame. And that's why my wife is so proud of me. It's because of me and her. We get to live that what? We get to live that amazing life. We get to live that amazing life, obviously. I'll end it off with this before I start reading. Me and my wife do not even have such cash as the world. As I get the money that I make from the book sales, me and my wife can just build our 100 million condo, lease our cars, buy our jet, buy our yacht. We can travel the world, live the life. We don't even have to put in all that work into our Sky Source. Hence why you better stop taking for granted, as I don't even have to put all that work into our Sky Source. But you know I will, obviously, but I told you I don't even have to start Sky Source. I can just live my life and just party it up for decades to come, man. I don't even need to put in all that work into our Sky Source. Because I want Sky Source so bad, I'm gonna put money into starting Sky Source, obviously. As you have no idea how badly I want to turn Zane into the big screen and act in a big budget movie with my wife. You have no idea how badly I want to act in a big budget movie with my wife, obviously. obviously, right? Anyways, I'll stop babbling on. I babbled on for long enough. Even though I am lazy right now, I promised you Lord of the Rings fans I would what? I would read you Lord of the Rings. I'm on page 188. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So I'll read only 4 pages today. I don't feel like reading. And tomorrow I'll finish off the remaining. So tomorrow I can babble on for most of the video. And the remaining like 15 minutes I'll read 2.5 pages. I have like 2.5 pages left after today's read long, obviously. Right. Be glad, my merry friends, and let the warm sunlight heat now heart and limb. Cast off these cold rags, run naked on the grass while Tom goes a hunting. He sprang away downhill, whistling and calling. Looking down after him and Frodo saw him running away southwards, along the green hollow between their hill and the next, still whistling and crying. Hey now, come hoy now, whither do you wander? Do you wander? Up, down, near or far, here, there, or yonder. Sharp ears, wise nose, swish tail and bumpkin. White socks, my little lad, and old fatty lumpkin. So he sang, running fast, tossing up his hat and catching it until he was hidden by a fold of the ground. For some time his hey now, hoy now came floating back down the wind, which had shifted round towards the south. The air was growing very warm again. The hobbits ran about for a while on the grass as he told them. Then they lay basking in the sun with light of those that had been wafted suddenly from bitter winter to a friendly clime, or of people that, after being long ill and bedridden, wake one day to find they are unexpectedly well and the day is again full of promise. By the time that Tom returned, they were feeling strong and hungry. He reappeared, hat first over the brow of the hill, and behind him came in an obedient line 6 ponies, their own 5 and one more. The last was mainly so Tom Bombadil gives them back their ponies, right? The last was plainly old fatty Lumpkin. He was larger, stronger, faster, and older than their ponies. Mary, to whom the others belonged, had not in fact given them any such names, but he answered the new names that Tom had given them for the rest of their lives. Tom called them one by one, and they climbed over the brow and stood in a line. Then Tom bowed to the hobbits. Here are your ponies now, he said. Right? They have more sense in some ways than you wandering hobbits have. More sense in their noses, for they sniff danger ahead which you walk right into. And so apparently the ponies, they knew the Barrow Downs were what? The Barrow Downs were dangerous. They can sense danger, obviously, like Tom's saying here, obviously, right? More sense in their horses, for they sniff danger. I don't believe Frodo and them had their ponies when they went to the Barrow Downs. I believe the ponies avoided the Barrow Downs. From what I don't know, that's my theory. More senses in their noses, for they sniff danger ahead which you walk right into. And if they run to save themselves, then they run the right way. You must forgive them all, for though their hearts are faithful, the face of fear. Yeah, see, the animals are what? Like I said earlier, the animals can sense the danger of the bear whites, obviously, like Tom's saying here. You must forgive them all, for through their hearts are faithful. To face fear of the bear whites is not what they were made for. See, here they come again, bringing all their burdens. Merry, Sam, and Pippin now clothed themselves in spare garments from their packs. They soon felt too hot, for they were obliged to put on some of the thicker and warmer things. And they had brought against the oncoming of winter. Where does that other old animal and fatty lumpkin come from? Asked Frodo. He's mine, said Tom, my four-legged friend, though I seldom ride him on the one. He wanders off often far, free upon the hillsides. When your ponies when your ponies stayed with me, they got to know my lumpkin. They smelt him in the night, and quickly ran to meet him. I thought he'd look for them, and with his words of wisdom take all their fear away. But now, my jolly lumpkin, old Tom's going to ride. Hey, he's coming with you, just to set you on the road, so he needs a pony. For you cannot easily talk to hobbits that are riding. When you're on your own legs, try not to trot beside them. The hobbits were delighted to hear this, and thanked Tom many times, but he laughed, and said that they were so good at losing themselves, they would not feel happy till he had seen them safe over the borders of his land. I've got things to do, he said. Am I making? Am I saying? Am I talking? Am I walking? Am I watching?